I've been in a lot of homes, beautiful homes, homes that need work, homes where every square inch tells a story. And I'll be honest, most of them have way too much stuff. Now, I get it. Your home is a museum of your life. Every closet, every shelf, every drawer holds memories, keepsakes, and let's be real, random junk you forgot existed. But here's the thing. If you're thinking about moving, or even if you're staying put, decluttering is the best thing you can do for your sanity. I once worked with a couple who'd lived in the same house for 40 years. They had raised kids, hosted holidays, survived questionable 90s wallpaper choices, and somehow accumulated an entire department store worth of stuff. They were ready to downsize, but the sheer volume of their belongings was overwhelming. Where do we even start, they asked. So let's start where they did, with a plan. And hey, if this is the kind of stuff you find helpful, go ahead and subscribe. I've got plenty more tips to make buying, selling, and living in Florida easier and way less stressful. Step 1, the timeline. Here's a reality check. You need to work backwards. If you're selling in 6 months, that's a tight deadline. If you're thinking, oh, maybe in a few years, perfect. The earlier you start, the less stress you'll have when the time comes. Here's the reality. Waiting until the last minute will drain you, emotionally, physically, and financially. I've watched people scramble to pack in a panic, pay extra for last-minute movers, or worse, end up throwing away things they wish they had time to sell or donate. Let's be honest, a lot of people watching this aren't moving anytime soon. Maybe it's 5, even 10 years away. But do future you a favor. Start now. Trust me, it will make your life so much easier when the time comes. Step 2, the harsh truth. No one wants your stuff. This is where I lose people. But listen, I promise you, your kids do not want your china cabinet. Your collectible figurines, they're not worth what you think. That heavy, solid wood dining set you spent a fortune on? Millennials and Gen Z aren't into it. I've seen it time and time again. Sellers holding on to things because surely someone will want this. But the truth, they won't. Years ago, I helped a client sell a home filled with gorgeous, high-end furniture. They assumed that they could make thousands selling it. Instead, buyers haggled them down to a couple $100s per piece. And even then, they struggled to find takers. The market has changed. People don't buy furniture the way they used to. It's tough, but the sooner you accept this, the easier the process gets. Step 3. Who actually wants your stuff? So if your family doesn't want it, who does? Here's the breakdown. High-end items. If you own valuable antiques or artwork, hire an estate sale expert. But let's be real, most of us don't. Sellable items. If it's worth something, Facebook Marketplace and local buy-sell groups are your best bets. But keep your expectations low. Donations. Many charities accept furniture, clothes, and household goods. Some even pick up items for free. Give it away. Honestly, this is the easiest. Put it on Facebook Marketplace for free, and people will swarm to grab it. Trash it. If it's broken, outdated, or no one wants it, don't waste time. Get rid of it. I once helped a seller who swore they'd get $500 for an old armoire. 3 months later, it was still sitting there. Finally, they listed it for free, and within an hour, it was gone. This is what you want to embrace. Letting go feels amazing. Next up, the art of sorting and selling. Decluttering is a journey, but trust me, you'll never regret it. In the next section, we'll dive into how to sort your things without losing your mind, how to actually sell what's worth selling, and how to make this process as painless as possible. And remember, the less you own, the freer you'll feel. I've seen it hundreds of times. Someone gets motivated to declutter, but within minutes, They're holding on to an old concert t-shirt from 1998, staring at it like it's a national treasure. Welcome to the sorting struggle. Sorting through decades of stuff isn't just about deciding what to keep. It's about letting go of memories, of guilt, of that voice in your head saying, but what if I need this someday? Spoiler alert, you will not. So let's make this easy. Step 1, the 4-box method. It actually works. If you want to declutter efficiently, don't just wander around picking up random things. That's how people end up surrounded by half-sorted piles, exhausted, and drinking wine at noon. Instead, get 4 bins or boxes. Label them, keep. This is for the stuff you actually use or that has real sentimental value. Sell, if it's valuable and you're willing to put in the work. Donate, good condition but not worth selling. Give it away. Trash, anything broken, outdated, or just plain useless. The key, you may have to make decisions quickly. No reminiscing for 10 minutes over an old pair of jeans. Pick a category and move on. Step 2, the reality of selling your stuff online. I won't sugarcoat it. Selling your stuff takes time and patience. Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, eBay, they all work, but they require effort. Here's what I tell my sellers. Big stuff like furniture and appliances. Try Facebook Marketplace first, but set low expectations. People will haggle, ghost you, and show up late, if at all. Collectibles, vintage, small, valuable items. eBay is your best bet, but shipping is a hassle. Clothing and accessories. If it's high-end, try Poshmark. If not, donate it. And if you're in a hurry, remember this golden rule: free beats cheap. List a couch for $100 and you might wait a month. List it for free, it'll be gone in an hour. I had a client trying to sell an old pool table. He listed it for $300, no takers, and then $100, nothing. Finally, he put it up for free, and within 10 minutes, he had 700 messages. The guy who picked it up, a local youth center, a win-win. Step 3, donating like a pro. If selling sounds like a nightmare, donating is the easiest way to declutter. Some quick tips. Goodwill and Salvation Army. Great for clothes, furniture, and small items. But some locations won't take large furniture anymore. Habitat for Humanity restores. They love home goods, furniture, and even old appliances. Local shelters and nonprofits. Women's shelters, homeless shelters, and refugee assistance programs always need household items. Furniture banks. Some charities will even pick up donations for free. If you're overwhelmed, search charity pickup near me and let them do the heavy lifting. Step 4, the trash problem. Let's be honest, some stuff just needs to go. If it's broken, outdated, or unsellable, don't waste energy trying to find it a new home. Just get rid of it. Best ways to trash stuff fast? Bulk pickup day. Your local waste service might have a free monthly pickup. A bagster from Home Depot or Lowe's? Fill a dumpster bag and Waste Management picks it up. Junk removal services. 1-800-GOT-JUNK, Junk King, or local haulers will take everything, but they do charge. Facebook free section. If it's in decent shape, post free. Come pick up and let someone else deal with it. Fun fact. I once saw a guy get rid of an entire garage worth of junk by listing it as a free yard sale. Everything was gone in 2 hours. Genius. Coming up, the emotional side of decluttering. By now, you've got a game plan. You know how to sort, sell, donate, and toss. But what happens when you hit that sentimental roadblock? In section 3, we're tackling the hardest part. How to let go of things with emotional value without losing your mind or crying into a box of old yearbooks. Stay tuned, and remember, your future self will thank you. Let's talk about the real reason decluttering is so hard. It's not because you don't have time. It's not because you don't know where to start. It's because every single thing you own has a memory attached to it. I've seen it hundreds of times. People get fired up, start sorting through their stuff, and then bam, they find an old wedding dress, a box of old love letters, or their kids' kindergarten drawings, and suddenly the whole process stops. So if you've hit an emotional wall, here's how to push through it without regret. Step 1, ask the hard questions. When you're stuck deciding whether to keep something, ask yourself, do I use this? If not, why am I keeping it? Do I love this? Like, really love it? Or am I just feeling guilty about getting rid of it? Would I buy this again today? If not, it's probably time to let it go. If something is packed away in a box and you haven't touched it in years, it's not serving you. It's just taking up space. And let's be honest, memories live in your mind, not in your things. Keeping every physical reminder of the past doesn't make the memory stronger. If anything, it just clutters your prison. Step 2, take a picture. Keep the memory. One of my clients had a house full of sentimental clutter. Her kids' baby clothes, her late husband's books, her mother's antique dishware. She was drowning in things she didn't need but couldn't bear to throw away. So I gave her a simple trick. Take pictures of the items instead of keeping them. She snapped photos of all the baby clothes, scanned a few of her husband's old book notes, and made a small album of her mom's dishes. Then she let the physical stuff go. And guess what? She didn't miss any of it. If you're struggling to part with something, take a picture, write a memory about it, and then donate it. The emotion stays, but the clutter doesn't. Step 3, give it a second life. Sometimes the hardest part of decluttering isn't letting go, it's feeling like you're wasting something valuable. That's why I always recommend finding someone who needs it more than you do. Family heirlooms. Instead of assuming your kids don't want them, ask. Maybe your niece would love your grandmother's ring, or your cousin collects vintage furniture. Meaningful donations. That old guitar collecting dust? Donate it to a school. The suit you haven't worn in 10 years? A charity for job seekers would love it. Upcycle and repurpose. I once had a client turn her father's old shorts into a quilt. She let go of the clutter, but kept the meaning. When you know your things are going to someone who will actually use them, it makes saying goodbye so much easier. Step 4, let go of guilt. Your parents would understand. Here's something a lot of people struggle with: inheriting stuff they don't actually want. Maybe you got stuck with boxes of your parents' belongings, or you're holding on to an entire storage unit of family treasures that are really just old lamps and porcelain dolls. I've had so many sellers tell me, I feel like I'm disrespecting my parents by getting rid of this. But let's be real. Your parents wouldn't want you drowning in their old furniture. If it's stressing you out, it's not a gift, it's a burden. You're allowed to let it go. Keep 1 or 2 meaningful pieces, take pictures, and donate the rest. Your peace of mind is worth more than an old dining room table. Step 5, the Post-Decluttering Payoff. It's worth it, I promise. I promise you, once the clutter is gone, you will feel amazing. Every single client I've helped through this process has told me the same thing. I wish I had done this sooner. Your home will feel lighter, your mind will feel cleaner, and if you're selling, your house will look better, sell faster, and make you more money. So whether you're moving or just reclaiming your space, give yourself permission to let go. You're not throwing away memories, you're not disrespecting the past, you're making space for the next chapter of your life. Here's some final thoughts. Just start. You won't regret it. I know this isn't easy. Decluttering is emotional, but if you take it one step at a time, you'll be amazed at how much lighter and freer you feel. Decluttering isn't just about selling your home. It's about taking control of your space and making life easier, whether you're moving next month or staying put for years. And here's the best part, you don't have to figure it all out alone. The Sunshine State Handbook has everything you need to navigate life in Florida, from selling tips to insider knowledge on making the most of your home, clutter-free, of course. So whether you're tackling one drawer or the whole house, just start. And if you found this helpful, there's more where that came from. Stick around, subscribe, and check out more ways to make Florida living simple, stress-free, and profitable. I'll see you in the next one.